Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host, Charles, and you are watching Save Our Children TV. Back at it for a brand new video. Please make sure you subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to my second channel, Crime Time, where I post on Saturdays and Sundays. Subscribe to this channel, Save Our Children TV. I post on this channel Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Please subscribe and comment in the comment section and let me know what you think about these stories. Now, our goal is to reach 50 subs. So I'm gonna reach my goal of 50 subs. We're about a quarter of a half away. We got 23 subs. Please give me halfway to 30. Give me 30 subs. And about 40 thumbs up on this video. Now, we got 4 stories for you guys tonight. 3 stories are updated stories. Story 1, Story 2, and Story 4 are updated stories. First one is being the Naziah Harris update. This is the case update. Earlier today, they scheduled the trial date for Jarvis Butts, the predator monster who's accused of this heinous crime. This is the brief. Jarvis Butts' trial is scheduled for October. Butts is accused of sexually assaulting, kidnapping, and murdering 13-year-old Naziah Harris. Harris disappeared after getting off a bus in Detroit in January of 2024. Prosecutors allege she was pregnant by Butts at the time. A trial date of October the 6th was set in court on Friday, which was today. Butts is facing charges of first-degree premeditated murder, second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and child sexual abuse of material. What happened to Naziah Harris? Harris was last seen getting off a bus in Detroit last January. Her disappearance led to police searching areas around southeast Michigan. While his body was never found, prosecutors charged Butts with murder and rape in September. When announcing charges against the 41-year-old, Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy said evidence showed that Butts, who knew Harris' family members, allegedly groomed the girl starting in 2022. Harris was pregnant when she was killed, and Butts was allegedly the unborn child's father. Now here's the timeline of Naziah Harris' disappearance. The prosecutor's office provided a rough timeline of the day Harris disappeared. Naziah took the school bus to school. She had her hair in 2 beaded puffballs, clear frame glasses, a white sweater with a black jacket over it, a colorful Rugrats puffy jacket with a fur-lined hood with light blue jeans and Nike shoes. There is video of Naziah getting on the school bus. Naziah used a DPS issued tablet that she used to communicate and communicated with Nap. She took one last picture of herself on the tablet. Using her tablet, she sent a message to a device associated with Butts, indicating that they will be meeting up after she got out of school that day. There is a video of her getting out of school at the end of the day in the same clothes. She meets up with Butts and a co-worker and goes back to the auto repair shop on Connor in Detroit. Naziah is seen by Butts' sister at the shop. Butts, the co-worker, and Naziah were together in the co-worker's car when they went to Ypsilanti and they returned to the shop on Connor. Butts' phone placed him at these locations. At 9:30 p.m. to 12:20 p.m., Butts checked into a motel. There is a receipt confirming this, as well as his phone placed him at the location. Naziah is never seen again after January 9, 2024. Other charges against Butts. Butts also been charged with sexually abusing 2 other children who were under 13 at the time. Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy said one of the victims, who is now 20, was allegedly abused between April 2012 and April 14, while the other victim, who is now 11, was abused from July 2015 until July 2017. He has been charged with 5 counts of second-degree criminal sexual conduct and 1 count of first-degree criminal sexual conduct of those assaults. Court records show that Butts also previously served time in prison for sexually assaulting a child in 2004. Mr. Butts targeted and befriended women to have sexual relationships with the young daughters. Worthy said he was a classic and expert groomer and pedophile. He was bound over for trial in those 2 cases last November. What's next is before his trial begins, Bud is due in court for a final conference on June 20th. Here's the news video, and then I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this particular story. Give me a minute. Let me pull it up.
Butts, the man charged with sexually assaulting and killing 13-year-old Naziah Harris, was back in court today. Our Jordan Burroughs was inside the courtroom and joins us now with a recap of today's proceedings.
Today at the Wayne County Criminal Justice Center, Judge Nicholas Hathaway laid out dates in the Jarvis Butts case. Butts is accused of murdering 13-year-old Naziah Harris last year. His jury selection is scheduled to start October 6th. Jarvis Butts was in court Friday to hear Judge Nicholas Hathaway decide key dates in his trial. The defense and prosecution both agreed on the dates as they await the full transcript to be typed out so they can read it over. Butts was previously in court January 17 for a hearing where he entered a not guilty plea. At that hearing, just like Friday's, Naziah Harris's family and friends were present. Butts, 42 years old, of Detroit, is charged with first-degree premeditated murder, second-degree criminal sexual conduct, and child sexually abusive activity. Butts is also accused of having an inappropriate relationship with Naziah. She was last seen getting off her school bus at the corner of Cornwall and 3 Mile Drive in Detroit on January 9th of last year. Her body has not been found. As jury selection starts October 6th, the prosecution said it could call 40 or more witnesses to the stand, and the defense said it could call 10 or more. It's a trial that could take 3 to 4 weeks.
I'm hopeful that you're going to have that transcript here, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Obviously, with that trial date being in October, we have some time to work with. But I'd like to see you all again for final conference.
Today's calendar conference also laid out another key date, which includes the last conference. That will be on Friday, June 20th. Reporting from the Wayne County Criminal Justice Center, Jordan Burroughs, CBS News, Detroit.
Thoughts about this particular story. Number one. I don't understand, out of a sudden, how all the families in the courtroom, where was I at when these children were being abused, taken advantage by Jarvis Butts? Where was I at then? Where was everybody at then? That's what I don't get. But now we packed in a courtroom waiting for justice. When, if in the first place, this animal, if he was never brought in the house in the first place, if you had seen something and did something, you wouldn't be in court today. You wouldn't be sitting in court waiting for a trial. But you have so many women and mothers out of Detroit that is negligence. You're negligent. And what I mean by that is the guardian of Naziah, who were negligent. You knew this person was a predator. You knew he was a monster. He did this to multiple children back from 2009. Why was he ever allowed in the home? Why was he not? First of all, who allowed him to be in the home? How did this fall on deaf ears? There should be other folks behind bars also. Because you knew that this was going on. You didn't report it. You hid behind closed doors. You knew what Jarvis Butts was all about. You knew he preyed on children. Yet instead you did nothing about it. that should make you that should make you principle to murder, because you failed to protect a child in your care, in your custody. It seems like Neziah was raising herself. There was no supervision. I don't think there was even monitoring her social medias. It is easy for predators to contact children online. It is easy for adults to prey on children. But you know, the number one thing to stop that behavior is to report it. And you had adults who failed to report it. You had adults who knew what was going on and say nothing, which makes you just as guilty as the perpetrator, which means you should go to jail. Right behind Jarvis Butts. The only person who had common sense out the whole ordeal is the suspect's sister. The only person. We gotta do better. You gotta do better. You know, and his trial set for October 6th. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be gruesome evidence in this case. Gruesome testimony. During a pre-trial, they were reading messages from Neziah's phone to Jarvis' phone, back from Jarvis' phone to Neziah's phone. And they were very, very inappropriate. Which I can't even say on this platform. But it was just, you would think it was two children having a conversation. It was very inappropriate. We gotta do better. Don't forget to check out my TikTok. I actually posted last night about the Neziah Harris case on there. So you don't want to miss it. Go to CPA, I believe it's CPA 1998 or something like that. But just type in my name, it'll pop up. You'll see it on there. I have an orange shirt. You can't miss it. It says my name. I believe the end said 903. But go there and sub it up. And you know, go in there and see the story. I mean, you don't want to miss it. Again, there's people who needs to be locked up in this case. To me, every adult who saw something and ain't say nothing needs to be prosecuted. It needs to be in jail because you failed to protect a child in your care. Continue keeping Neziah Harris in your thoughts and prayers. Let's hope and pray that they find this child body soon and lay her to rest. And let's hope that Jarvis Butts is prosecuted and anybody else who is responsible in this case is prosecuted and should be prosecuted and thrown in jail. Because this here was neglect on every adult part. Now, another updated story. This story also is triggering, upsetting. But this is the story out of Dallas. There's been an update in this story about the little Ronnie and his daughter who was killed at a car wash. There's been an update in this case. Moving further the article, I'm going to show you this picture. This is the getaway driver, a female getaway driver in the case of the rapper Lil Ronnie and his daughter, 5-year-old daughter. This is the getaway driver who's just been arrested. They didn't put her name up there yet, but she had just been arrested. This is the mother's Facebook post. The mother of the daughter who was killed. But this is the woman that got arrested. Which is just crazy, but she been arrested, so that's one. And then Taylor just been arrested. We're gonna read about that. And then I'm playing the news video. I'm on Facts for KDFW. Listen to the brief. The two capital murder suspects wanted for the deaths of North Texas rapper G. Little Ronnie and his 5-year-old daughter have been identified. They are 24-year-old Adonis Robinson and 21-year-old Jacoby Russell. A manhunt is underway for both men who are from Fort Worth. Let's see. What we know, the shooting, suspects are those of 24-year-old Adonis and 10-year-old Jacoby. They have been issued capital murder warrants, both men, who are from Fort Worth. They have been captured. The Texas Rangers called the shooters cowards. The 3-year-old rapper and his young daughter were gunned down while he was vacuuming his vehicle just before 11 a.m. Monday at Slappy's Car Wash on Forest Hill Drive, just north of I-20. On Wednesday, Hernandez referred to the two as cowards, aka the third, which is the woman too, who's the delivery driver, she a coward too. Quote, they now identified the two cowards who took the lives of these innocent people. Hernandez said we have public enemy number 1, Adonis Robinson, who also registered offender. Public enemy number 2 is Jacoby Russell, and public enemy number 3 is the delivery driver, whose name is not here. They were on the run, they were scared, they're cowards. They have just all 3 been arrested. I do believe that there's more out there. They're saying it could be up to 6. So if that's the case, there's about 3 more out there. But here's a news video.
Two men are on the run this afternoon, suspected of shooting a man in his 5.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the channel. Hit
Two men are on the run. Exactly. Still police. 2 suspects are on the run tonight after shooting a well-known rapper and his little girl. Matt Houston just got over.
Hold on, I'm gonna, let's see.
Just arrested one of the suspects in the shooting that killed a Tarrant County rapper and his 5-year-old daughter here in East Texas. Good evening. Thanks for being here. I'm Brennan Gurley. They arrested Adonis Robinson in Livingston, now a city an hour north of Houston. Investigators used this video from a Forest Hill car wash to identify the suspects. It shows Ronnie Sibley, known by his rap name Little Ronnie, trying to get away while being shot at. Sibley's daughter, Ramani, was in the car and was also killed. Robinson faces capital murder charges. Police are still looking for the second suspect, Jacoby Russell.
Closing thoughts about this particular story. Number one, there's a video out there of a girl who went to school with the victim. Her mother recorded the video, and basically in the two videos, she was telling the people on the camera how she left her friend, the father, and she missed them, and I'm gonna say this to the getaway driver. You gotta understand something. You think you're doing yourself a favor by helping criminals escape justice. Do you realize as soon as court starts, the trial date starts for this case, they're gonna be pointing fingers at you. And guess what you're gonna be doing? Sitting in prison for the rest of your life. Because at the end of the day, all they did was dig you under. And you played that game. First of all, why would you drive two individuals away from a murder scene, knowing that they just ambushed a father and 5-year-old child? Think about that. They killed an innocent little girl, and the best you can do, instead of driving to the nearest police station and turning all three of yourselves in, you're going to get in a vehicle like cowards, drive across town, and hide out for a couple days. Do you not think the community was going to come and look for you? Do you think y'all was going to get away with killing a 5-year-old? How do you live? How do y'all live with yourself, knowing that y'all took out a 5-year-old? That, to me, lets me know that these gang members that's in the streets are really not good shooters. Because if you're looking to shoot someone, a rival member, how did a 5-year-old get caught in a crossfire? First of all, you shouldn't even be shooting in the first place at a busy car wash to begin with. Let's start off there. There's people outside. So you ain't care about the Community Safety Act at all. You cared about getting a lick and getting paid. So this was a hire to kill. You are hired to take this man out. And as dumb as a box of rocks, you did this. Now, what do you think, by chance, is going to happen to you when I get to prison? And they know that you're in for kind of 5-year-old. Whether you get sentenced to life without parole or multiple death sentences, because you could be sentenced to 2 death sentences for each other person you killed, or 2 consecutive life sentences without parole. What do you think they're going to do to you in prison? Whether you're in the main prison or on death row, you're not going to survive. This is Texas. You're not going to survive. They're going to kill you for killing that child. It is what it is. PC not going to protect you. You know? And what I don't understand is these thugs in the streets, because they are thugs, y'all could be cleaning up your communities. Y'all could be talking to these young children about the things that can happen to you if you live this lifestyle. Change your community for the better. Don't change it for the worst. Because prison life is not a good life. It's a bad life. You get 3 meals a day and sit in a cell. You probably get 1 hour out for that. You got to think about the life you gave up for a retaliated shooting. So you were mad at something, and then you ambushed a father while he's in the car with his child. What lets me know that if it was up to y'all would kill an animal. You wouldn't care. People like that don't need to be on the streets. And if there's anybody else out there responsible for the shooting of this 5-year-old child, I urge you to turn yourself in. You should want to turn yourself in. Because how do you sleep at night? Like I said before, knowing that you took out a child for no reason, trying to shoot down the father. You took out a child, and now you not just scarred a family, but the friend of the child is scarred now for life. Because she lost both of her friends. And I'm pretty sure that child who lost her friend looked up to her friend's father. So you took out two innocent people to feel good about yourself. I think it's very selfish. And to the female driver, and we're damn that she's a female. She needs to get hit with the same sentence they get hit with. Convicted and get hit with the same sentence. I don't care if it's a life without parole. I don't care if it's a death penalty. But none of these individuals need to smell fresh air again. To take out a defenseless child who just celebrated her 5th birthday is despicable. It is brutal, heinous, and cowards. And when y'all get to prison, y'all dead man walking. You already got a target on your back when you get to prison. You're in jail now. I'm pretty sure there's people in jail right now that want to get to y'all. But the PC, Baton PC, y'all in protective custody. The CLs are protecting y'all. That's the only thing that's protecting y'all right now. Think about that. That's the only. When y'all go up the road, when y'all get convicted, them boys are gonna tear y'all out the frame for killing that child. But if they don't do it on a prison bus on the way to prison, y'all done. Y'all are done. I'm gonna say this, Texas. I think every person involved in this case of this rapper and 5-year-old child, just my opinion, needs the death penalty. This was cold-blooded homicide. It was cold-blooded murder. That was preventable. We gotta start making better decisions. And I'm gonna say this because a lot of people address the situation. The father was in the streets. And when you so far into the street life, and then when you wanted to portray to be a good person after a while, it can, bad things, like I said before, it could come back the way that is unexpected. So you really gotta be careful how you move in the streets, especially when you have a child. Because guess what now? Your child and your family are not targets. People don't care no more. They shoot children. They shoot women. They shoot men. They shoot everyone. They shoot the elderly. I watch First 58 for a living. And to see so many young souls, black brothers, commit brutal crimes and go to prison for the rest of their lives behind it. When those brothers can make a difference in their communities. But they chose violence, which don't get us nowhere. It don't get us nowhere. It gets you 6 feet under, if not prison, for the rest of your life. Shame on these individuals. This 5-year-old child deserved to be loved. She deserved to see another day. She deserved to go to school with her friends. She deserved to be with her father and mother right now. But instead, because of grown men' bad decision, that child and her father are in a morgue because of who? Thugs with guns. Shout out to FC, by the way. Thugs with guns. And this is what I would do. If I was the prosecutor, even though a trial didn't start yet, I will make both of these defendants, well, now the third defendant too, the female getaway driver, all three of them, pay for both funeral expenses for what they did. I would make them pay for it. Honestly. Because they're the ones who took this child out like this. Ridiculous. Keep the family in your thoughts and prayers. And we just hope justice could serve. Cassidy Washington. We're going to take a look at that story next. I'm on Fox10TV.com. Lena, Mississippi is going to take an L for this story. Now, a local 14-year-old girl is reported missing. Family says she may be in danger. So let's talk a little bit about it. A Lena, Mississippi teen has been reported missing. The Leake County Sheriff's Office says Cassidy Washington, who was 14, was last seen walking on Ailey Road around 1 a.m. on Monday. However, family says that a Ring doorbell camera captured her getting into a vehicle. Family believes Cassidy has been kidnapped and has no prior history of running away. She was wearing a black jacket, black pants, and purple Crocs. Cassidy is 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 110 pounds. If you have any information, you are asked to contact the Leake County Sheriff's Office at 601-267-7361 or through the Leake County Sheriff's Office app. So, if anyone knows the whereabouts of Lena, Mississippi teen, Cassidy Washington, 14 years of age, if you've seen her, call 911. I'm going to play the news video.
Washington of Lena was last seen walking on Ely Road around 1 o'clock Monday morning. Family says a Ring doorbell camera captured her getting into a vehicle, leading them to believe Washington has been kidnapped. The teen has no prior history of running away. If you know where Washington may be, contact the Leake County Sheriff's Office.
Now, they're saying that she might have been talking to some an older man on the internet who was about 45, I guess, and she got in a car with him, and they can't find her. And I said this before. If you previously watched my live a couple of days ago, I have said this. Social media for children can be dangerous. Please be aware of and to parents, please be aware what your children are doing, watching, talking to online. It's dangerous. It's not safe these days. And if you have a child that do frequently be on social media 24 hours out of the day, monitor your children. There are creeps out here that are preying on vulnerable children, getting personal information from them, tracking them down, kidnapping them. Do your job and just be aware. Be aware of the danger signs. If there is someone talking to your children online, recorded, because you just never know what the conversation could be about. Again, I think this child was preyed on, lured, and abducted. And I do hope that she is found soon, safe and sound. And whoever abducted this child is brought to justice, because it is kidnapping. And technically, it is, kidnapping of a minor. So, I just hope nothing nefarious is going on with this child, and I hope that she's brought back home safe and sound. And if anybody sees anything suspicious out of the ordinary, call 911. If you see her, call 911. Don't approach. She's with a man who's probably got her in his custody. Could be dangerous. Just don't approach. I will update you guys on this story when it becomes available, but we hope that she is found safe and sound. So let's pray and make sure that she is found and brought back home to her family. CPS, a final story, 4 out of 4. CPS took her kids for threatening violence on her son on a roadway on Facebook Live. It was on the side of the road, and everybody saw that video surfacing on the internet. I want to shout out Carlos King. That's where I saw that at. But eventually I had saw it on Instagram, and I wanted to talk about it. There's no news video for it. There's no article, but I wanted to talk about it. It's a black mother. She pulled on the side of the road. I guess her child got out of the car, got smart with her. Her friend, sister, somebody pulled up in the back of her. They got out. Child ran off. I guess her and the child was cussing back and forth. I guess she hit the child. I guess it was violent towards the child. Child got in the other vehicle, put off. She got in her vehicle, put off, went home. Next day, made another Facebook Live explaining what she did, and then told her viewers that her children were taken. I guess she had multiple children. I'm gonna say this to parents out there who do have bad children who don't listen, out of control. What you don't do is pull over to the side of the road like this mother did and put violence on violence. If the child is acting out, number one, you try to reason with a child. Talk to that child. Ask that child, why is he acting out? Get that child some help. But you don't pull up to the side of the road. You don't literally fight your son. You don't use violence with violence, because it can escalate to something further. And I think that this was happening on the side of the road and all other traffic. Parents got to be aware that there are other drivers, cameras that's capturing this. You're not the only person that's witnessing this. You got people that's driving by can see this and report this. Camera systems, highway security. So you just gotta be aware. Don't let your anger get the best of you. If you're angry, talk to someone. But violence is never an answer to children. And to post this thing on the internet like you won a fight, it's bad judgment, because you're a parent first, and a parent wouldn't post down on the internet for views, clout, any of that, just because you have social media. You shouldn't use social media for the wrong thing. And you see a lot of parents who punish their children online, and what you're doing is setting your children up when they get older for destruction in the world, in the community, at home, school, because all they're going to learn is what they see, and that is violence with violence. And that's why our teens are being killed at such a young age, because you have parents out here that are making bad decisions, putting their kids out at young ages, and then those kids grow up in the streets, and then they hang with the wrong influence, wrong crowd, get weapons, kill people, buy people, shoot people, do all that other stuff, burglarize, all that stuff. So parents gotta just make better decisions when it comes to children. Children shouldn't be used as pawns If you're feeling disciplined, that's one thing, but you do it in the comfort of your own home. You don't beat your children. You don't do it in public. There's ways to maintain authority for your children or to your children, but screaming, hollering, violence in front of other children are not the answer, and CPS will remove your children. You gotta take note. They will remove your children. So, you gotta, do a better job at, speaking to your children. But that's going to be it for today's video. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you'll be notified every single time I drop a brand new video on this channel. Please subscribe. Hit that subscribe button multiple times. Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it. The goal is 50 subscribers. 50. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.